Well, it's really, really interesting because we have this Ace of Autumn energy, which is a brand new beginning, something new on the material plane coming in, and all the potential of having it be very progressive in the manifest world is kind of how it feels like. There's a lot of potential for this to manifest in a real and true way, a way that you can touch, taste, and feel. And we also have the very soon card right underneath it. So that's just letting you know that there's a lot of potential coming in here. There's an energetic push, right, of things to being able to manifest in the way that you desire. And because this is a love reading, I'm not going to interpret it necessarily as a windfall of money, but that can be, can also be indicated coming in. So that's really nice. And then we have the Empress energy, beautiful card of luxury and abundance and fertility and creativity. And because it's right next to the Ace energy, as I mentioned previously, there is this potential here for something real and true to be created in terms of a child, a pregnancy. So just bear that in mind. But also, if not, it doesn't have to be a child. So, right. So what else could it be that you have all this potential to manifest? And it could just be the manifestation of a love relationship, a real, true feeling of contentment and serenity within your love life, right? Because the 10 is about that sense of fullness. I mean, it's really, really nice because we have all this potential of something true and manifest coming in. We have the Empress energy helping you to manifest it in a way that feels very good to you. And then we have this lovely energy of emotional fulfillment here, a sense of fullness, like you've worked hard and now you have all of this lovely energy here. It's very, very beautiful energy for you, Aries. I love to see this here for you. And then, so we have the very soon card, as I mentioned already, underneath the Ace of Autumn. And then underneath the Empress, we have the getting to know each other card. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, the bond deepens. And I really do feel like this speaks for itself in a lot of ways. With the Empress energy, it's about creation, about, taking that energy from the high priestess who precedes this Empress and the deep intuitive insights and bringing them forth into fruition. And with that comes how you feel. Like it's as if in some ways, Aries, you've been contemplating and thinking about the way that you feel. And now you're ready to talk about it more and reveal. The Empress is about revealing, manifestation, creation, all of that. So I feel like this card really does speak for itself, regardless of whether you are single or coupled. The same with the very soon card. Like perhaps you've been working on something to get closer to your current partner, and very soon it looks like it will be manifested in terms of an additional closeness, right? The ability to create something together here. And if you're single, it just means that if you're single, there's a lot of energy that you can go ahead and manifest the love that you desire, but you're going to have to take it out into the real world in terms of not just keeping it inside, but actually revealing more of yourself in whatever way is right and true for you. Not everyone's a talker. Sometimes the way that we reveal ourselves is by the actions that we take. And, perhaps you are a musician or you're an artist or whatever, but expressing your true self in a way that people can tangibly see, and feel. And then we have this 10 of summer energy, so lovely, feelings of contentment and happiness. But again, it's a 10, so it is showing you that it's about to flip into something new. Because it's a 10 and you take away the 0 and you're back at 1, right? And so part of that, it looks like part of this 10 energy is going ahead and freeing yourself from whatever little shreds of stickiness is keeping you from feeling the happiness that you want, feeling the sense of joy and contentment that you want with a partner, with your family, if you're already coupled and maybe have children, continuing to do the good work that you've been doing, Aries, to free yourself more and more from whatever it is holding you back from expressing, as I see it here, expressing your true nature, expressing your feelings. Free yourself from the doubts is how I feel that for you, especially if you're single. Even if you're coupled, sometimes, even though we're coupled, there's still always so much additional deepening within us, more deepening, more intimacy that's always available. And so free yourself from whatever it is that's holding you back from revealing your innermost self to your spouse, to your partner. And if you're single, to maybe your crush or someone else, or just continue to reveal more of yourself to you, because it always does start within, as you know, Aries. Okay, and then in the area of physical and sexual intimacy, we have the 7 of Pentacles. So it goes so beautifully with these cards. the potential for something new, something very soon coming in. And the Seven of Pentacles with this idea of waiting, of things taking their time to get there. It's slowly but surely you've been getting there, and you're being asked to have some patience with that here. And then the Four of Cups is also this kind of feeling like maybe you're feeling a little bit ambivalent, or maybe a little bored, or maybe you're not quite sure how you want to move forward, or if it's going to happen, or you're just feeling a little bit of, I don't know, is this what I want? Do I want to reveal myself? Am I ready to reveal, to free myself? It's just a lot of kind of, I think for you, as I feel it, Aries, it's kind of some questioning energy. Like you're feeling kind of bored, and you're starting to think like, is this, not even think, but more like, it's more of a feeling like, is this what I want? What do I want? Here's all this potential coming in, all this energy to create the things that you want. And there's a part of you that's kind of like, am I ready? Is this what I want? Do I want to fully free myself, or do I want to kind of sit here for a little while longer until I feel more ready? But there is a lot of energy kind of pushing you forward to continue to reveal more of yourself to self, and then, of course, to others. And then with the Knave of Swords, we're seeing that you really are getting a lot of clarity. You're really wanting to know if you are on the same page. Can you be on the same page? And in order to get that clarity, you've got to have the conversations. You've got to express yourself in whatever way is true for you. Again, it doesn't necessarily have to be a conversation, but words are one of the most powerful ways of delivering the messages of our emotions and our feelings. And then we have the Three of Swords, which is a little bit of heartache here, some heartache that you've been working through, which I think has to do with this free yourself. So, not all of you are coupled, obviously, and so for some of you who are single, it may just be indicating that you're continuing to free yourself from the ties that keep you to another, from the pain that you've had in the past, continuing to reveal that pain to yourself. If you're single, it's like, are you fooling yourself? Are you still harboring some pain and resentment or fear from something that's happened previously? There's a lot of energy right now to push you towards getting clearer and clearer, especially with this Knave of Swords, to understanding yourself better. And the more that we know and understand ourselves, the more that we can free ourselves from old patterns of behavior. And the more that we know ourselves, the more that we don't have to try to live up to someone else's expectations of us, because we know who we are and what we want. It's some big messages there for you, Aries. So we have this heartache right here, right? The heartache comes under the free yourself, and also the Ten of Summer. Okay? So even though there's this beautiful energy here, it can also be the pain of that being released, right? So maybe, the beautiful family didn't work out because, or in order to get there, you've got to work through the heartache, because this has come up twice now, right? Three of Swords here, Three of Swords here. So clarifying this Ten of Summer. This is a card of, in its highest, energy. It's one of, deep trust and contentment and serenity within the family, an emotionally fulfilling time with family and friends, raising children wisely, people you can trust. But clarifying it for you, Aries, is this Three of Winter, the heartache, right? The Ten of Spring, another 10 coming in, this feeling of burnout. And then the life experience card, some major event coming in to, which I think is going to help you free yourself. But there is heartache involved with this. Let me get another card. This is about, giving into fear and worry to, because you're not sure, because you can't see clearly yet. You can't see the forest through the trees here yet. But don't worry. There's so much support for you energetically here, Aries. And so I just want to make sure that I'm being very, very clear. This Ten of Summer has as its basis, as its history, as its clarification here, it may be that going forward, there may be some heartache involved with it, either from the past that you are beginning to free yourself from, feelings of burnout that you're beginning to free yourself from, as well as this event that happens that you're just not quite sure of. You're not sure what it means in your life, but it's a powerful event. And in order to move forward, we have two tens here, right? With the Ten of Spring, the Ten of Summer, indicating completions, right? and also lasting gains, right? You know, conclusions and then the potential for lasting gains, which is very, very strongly indicated here with this Ace of Autumn. So there may be kind of a kerfuffle that happens for you, Aries, kind of towards the end of this time period. And if it's not towards the end of this time period, then I think that it's already happened for some of you and you're bringing it in energetically into this time frame. And whatever this heartache is, you are freeing yourself more and more. And if you haven't begun to, you're being asked to, because you're being encouraged to continue to peel away the onion, you know, peel the layers off the onion so you can get to who, you know, who you are now, not who you were in the past in love in particular. Some interesting energies there for you. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get... so for some of you right away, I want to say that there could be something to do with your family. Your parents, and that as an adult child, you are being asked to deal with that, because this is kind of the happy family card as well. It could be for some of you that you have adult children of your own. So many different meanings to this. Adults and children. I get, you know, there is quite a bit of focus on the family here with this 10 of Summer. And so for some of you, it's just going to indicate that, you know, are you the adult or are you the child? How, you know, because you're being asked to reveal yourself to yourself more and more, and to reveal yourself to others as well. You're being asked to free yourself from the illusions that you've been keeping about yourself, from the constraints of old patterns of behavior. And so you want to ask yourself, am I being a child in this relationship? Am I being an adult in love, or am I acting like a child in love? And am I somewhere in between? Where am I on the spectrum? Is kind of how I feel it for you. Like, I feel like you're just getting more and more truthful with yourself. I'm really drawn to the blues here as a way of expression of that throat chakra, you know. But, you know, it's really based on that base chakra, that red energy. So you want to feel really grounded in who you are and then speak that more and more out into the world. That's how I feel it for you. Okay, Aries, I hope that you find that helpful. It's kind of an interesting reading. I wish you much love, and I will see you on the next video or at your private reading. Till then.